Okay. The today's basic thing that we need to understand regarding that is that a special type of classes we call it as a wrapper classes. Now, what is exactly the wrapper classes? This is an interview being question been asked in interviews. What is wrapper classes? Now, see in Java, the classes that is wrapper classes in Java are the mechanism that has converted. This is actually the mechanism that had converted the primitive data types into objects, primitive data types into objects, and objects into primitive and primitive into object. This two mechanism, the double way the working has been done by the classes called as a wrapper classes. Now into Java to standard edition onwards, fifth version onwards, since Java fifth version onwards, this thing that is called as primitive to object and object to primitive is basically done with the word called as auto boxing and unboxing. So basically this question is asked in interview, so that's why I'm saying that it is fifth version onwards. Wrapper classes are used for the two major purposes, that is converting primitive into object and object into primitive. Converting primitive into object, this has been done by auto boxing, and converting object into primitive, this is done by unboxing. This keep in mind, this question is asked everywhere. Object to primitive has been done by the concept called unboxing, and primitive into object is being converted by using the technique called as auto boxing. Are you clear with this? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So auto boxing and unboxing, these are the two features which are being followed by wrapper classes. Okay, so converting primitive into object and object into primitive automatically, this the automatic conversion of primitive into an object is called as, जैसे मैंने बोला, the conversion of primitive into an object is called as auto boxing. First example, and the second is vice versa, that is called as unboxing. Okay, so the use of wrapper classes in Java, that is most important. So Java is, that is Java itself is an object oriented programming language, and you need to deal with the object for many times. You will be working with the object for many times. So what all things it includes: collections, ready-made classes. You will find you will be collecting a data, serialization, synchronization of the data, etc. So by considering this, we'll check it how it has been useful whenever we are moving towards the wrapper classes. So the need or to use the wrapper classes, the first important need is that change the value in method. So Java supports only call by value. That we'll be learning about in after this point, that is after wrapper classes, that Java only supports Rupali. Rupali, are you there? And this Nangre, Akshay Nangre, you send me your mail ID on WhatsApp.
Okay.
Uh, and Nangre also, you send me your mail ID. Akshay. Okay. So Java only support call by value. It doesn't support call by reference. Now, what is call by value and call by reference? That will be talking in the next point. Okay. So if if we pass a parameter value, it will not change the original value, but it can convert the primitive value into an object. So it will change the original value also. So what is exactly? So changing the value by using a call by value. This technique can be applicable or can be acceptable using the wrapper classes. Second is the serialization. So we need to convert the object into streams, because whenever we want to transfer some data, whenever we are passing the object contains some information, and it is very difficult to transport those objects. For in those situations, we go for serialization. Serialization matlab kya? The object is broken down into small components or blocks. That is called as a streaming. Okay, so to that is the need for the conversion of object into a stream. So that is being performed by serialization. This is most important concept whenever we are moving into Java objects. So it can convert into an object through wrapper classes. So this is what is important. So if you have an primitive value, we can convert it into object. This can be done with the wrapper classes. Third most important thing why we go for wrapper classes is, see, this is just like serialization. There is one more technique called as synchronization. So Java synchronization is working with the concept called as multi-threading. We have a separate chapter where we will be talking about synchronization. So whenever we are working with multi-threads, synchronization is most important. And whenever we want to stream the object, that is been done by serialization. Then java.util package, you will find that java.util package provides a utility of classes and objects. So that is also one of the important thing that we will be using this util package, but because it has been supporting with the wrapper classes, so many objects ready-madely available into this that can be helping us. And one more most important and crucial part of this wrapper classes that made people more successful in the application, that is nothing but your collection framework. A separate chapter is that is on collection framework. This collection framework, we will be working on ready-made classes like array list, linked list, vector, hash set, linked hash set, tree set, priority queue, and array queue. This is all a separate chapter. So what is this one? A Java collection framework work with objects only. ध्यान में रखना, it works with objects only. And whenever we are working with the collection framework like this one, we will be dealing with the objects. So this is only feasible when we try to work with wrapper classes. So are you clear with this? That is the reason why we are using this wrapper class, and there is need for wrapper classes to be understood whenever we are working into Java, either for auto boxing or for unboxing. Auto boxing is nothing but mechanism to convert primitive into object, and second one is object into primitive. Okay, so are you clear with this concept? Why we go for wrapper classes now? Yes or
Yes,
no?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now this is most important concept. How many wrapper classes are there in Java? In Java, there are 8 wrapper classes. 8 wrapper classes which are present into java.lang package. This is the only package that is ready-made package where we will be finding the 8 classes. Now name of these classes are very simple. These are the primitive data types. Primitive data types मतलब क्या आपने operating system में पढ़ा होगा. Primitive data types, the data types which have the highest priority. Okay, and parallelly, the primitive data types are converted into the corresponding classes. We call it as a wrapper classes. We call it as wrapper classes. So boolean b is in uppercase, lowercase. Now this primitive data type is being converted into a wrapper class called as a boolean. Char data type, that is primitive data type, it is being calculated or is being referred with character class. Byte primitive data type into byte wrapper class. Fourth one, that is short into short class. Int into integer class. Long into long class. Float into float class. Double into double class. Overall, we have an 8 primitive data types, and these 8 primitive data types have corresponding 8 wrapper classes. Name are same. As we know that whenever we are talking about the classes, the name will be starting with uppercase. The difference is that only char will be represented with character. Rest all the names are same. Byte, byte, short, short. Int, again int will be again been putted into integer. Char is converted into character. These are the only basic changes we have seen into the name of the primitive and wrapper classes. Rest all names are same. Boolean will be called as a boolean. Then bytes will be called as a bytes. Short will be short, long with long, float with float, double with double. So are you clear with this 8 wrapper classes? And these are the only 8 wrapper classes into Java. Yes, everyone clear with this or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Rest of the students, are you clear with the wrapper classes? 8 wrapper classes? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now the first technique that is called as unboxing. I have told auto boxing. Auto boxing मतलब क्या? Converting primitive into object. Primitive into object, just like converting this char into character. Now how to check it? ये है क्या नहीं? So I will just show you the on command prompt how to check these classes which are there present into java.lang package. Okay, now I think this is visible to you. आपको दिखाई दे रहेगा ये console?
Yes, sir.
Okay ना?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so put everywhere, you put java p, java c for compiler, huh? Java p for, you will be getting all packages. So java p, java dot lang डॉट कैरेक्टर सी एच जो क्लास का नाम लेंगे हम कैरेक्टर ओके एंड आई एम पुशिंग एंटर सो आई विल गेट ऑल द फंक्शंस विच आर प्रेजेंट ओवर देयर तो हमें कोई रेफरेंस बुक रेफर करने की ज़रूरत नहीं यू जस्ट पुट इट java p space java.lang.character this is the package where the character class is present this class will be containing the variables this is max read these are the all variables and these are all what do you call it this is a constant variable static final everyone I have already taught you static final matlab kya this the value cannot be changed okay and you will see these are the ready-made functions so you can work with function like is lowercase is uppercase you check it return type is boolean so these are the ready-made functions available here you can go for checking another class also wrapper class that is java p space java dot lang package उसके अंदर हमारी एक class है that is integer integer you just put it enter and you will get these are ready-made functions which are available over here okay सो रेडीमेड रिवर्स फंक्शन है जिससे हम नंबर को रिवर्स भी कर सकते हैं ओके लॉन्ग वैल्यू फ्लोट वैल्यू you can work with this one so just keep in mind this is what we call as java p java.lang.integer just put it and you will get all the ready-made classes and functions this is the only technique what programmer do whenever they are working with any programming language what all functions are that reference book नहीं होंगे तो you can refer it directly okay are you getting yes or no
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
okay just
Yes,
syntax
sir.
you just get it syntax okay write it into and you just try for any other classes now see auto boxing यानी क्या primitive data type converted into object this is done by the box what you call as auto boxing okay primitive data types into boxing so the automatic conversion of primitive data into its corresponding wrapper class is known as auto boxing now for example byte to byte byte to byte char to character int to integer long to long class float to float class boolean data type to boolean class double to double and short to short 8 primitive data type converted into 8 different classes the technique is called as auto boxing are you clear with this keyword auto boxing now yes or no
Yes, sir.
okay now since you just keep in mind since java 5th version we do not need to use the value of function previously value of नाम के function use करना था for the purpose of converting into wrapper class but now it is not required for converting this into a primitive into an object so nowadays it is not required but people may ask in interview can we do this with value of yes we can do it but it is in the previous version of java that is in the 5th version now with small example how to use this wrapper classes for converting primitive into the wrapper classes okay for converting primitive into wrapper classes very simple example I just go on increasing the font size so that will be visible to everybody so very simple example I am creating a class called as a wrapper example okay this is the name of class इसके अंदर एक main function I am removing all the comments so that it will be very readable to everybody okay okay and this also okay it's a very simple code so this is the class and I will be having a main function and into main function I have written one variable called as int a is equal to 20 now this is primitive data type this is primitive data type I want to convert into a wrapper class what is a wrapper class for integer the wrapper class for int is this one for int I have to use I want to convert into a class so there is the class called as integer okay so I can convert int into integer simple way integer class this is class object is I integer is the name of the function and value of now आपको ये नाम पढ़ना होगा ये कौन कौन से function है you just go over here and you see this is the integer I have again said marking you this is an integer package, and into this value of you will find this is a value of functions. Okay, so there are different functions, उसमें से कोई functions हम use कर सकते to get the values of this a, that is 20, into this object called as I. What is I? I is object. And what is A? A is primitive data type. Converting a primitive data type into an object can be done. You can do this one also. And second one is called integer j. So again I am creating one more object, that is integer j, and I am directly passing the value a. Now if I go for displaying like a plus I, what is I? I is again converting integer 20 into an object, and j converting, assigning the value of a into the second object. So two objects I have of integer, one is I, one is j, and a variable that is primitive called as a. If I go for displaying the values of all the three values, you will get all values that's 20, because integer will be containing 20, object will be converted with the help of this value of function. You can assign this 20 to your object, and you can assign this variable integer to your object also. All values will be displayed as 2020. The technique is called as, what it is called as, it is converting a primitive to the wrapper classes. The technique is called as auto boxing. Are you clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we can
Yes, sir.
we can assign directly the integer primitive to the object, or we can convert using a function called as value of. दोनों तरीके से कर सकते हैं. ये वर्जन नंबर 5 तक चलता था, आज के ज़माने में इसकी ज़रूरत नहीं. इट कैन, यू कैन assign directly. Okay, this is applicable for till, अगर आप 5th वर्जन तक यूज़ कर रहे होंगे till 5th वर्जन you can use it, but now we are using 8th वर्जन, 9th वर्जन, so there is no need for using like this one. Now second technique is called as unboxing. मतलब क्या? जैसे हमने कोई प्रिमिटिव को ऑब्जेक्ट में कन्वर्ट किया, अभी उल्टा करना है, ऑब्जेक्ट को प्रिमिटिव में कन्वर्ट करेंगे, यानी जे को कन्वर्ट करेंगे एक प्रिमिटिव डेटा टाइप में. ओके, द टेक्निक इज कॉल्ड एज अनबॉक्सिंग. व्हाट इज अनबॉक्सिंग? ऑटोमेटिक कन्वर्जन ऑफ रैपर टाइप इनटू अ करस्पॉन्डिंग प्रिमिटिव टाइप इज कॉल्ड एज ऑटो बॉक्सिंग. ओके, अनबॉक्सिंग. ओके, अनबॉक्सिंग पहले ऑटो बॉक्सिंग, नाउ इट इज अनबॉक्सिंग. Now same example, we will be using the same example, that converting a integer into a wrapper type. Suppose I have created an object called a that is containing a value called as a 3. So 3 will be assigned to a. Okay, 3 will be assigned to the a, and this is object because this is a class. Okay, now I want to convert this a, I want to convert this a into a integer, that is unboxing. Okay, मुझको छोटा करना है, ऑब्जेक्ट को प्रिमिटिव डेटा टाइप में कन्वर्ट करना है, that is int value. So it will be converting integer to int, converting integer object to int, that is int value. आप ऐसे भी कर सकते हैं, और you can directly convert the object a into j, that is called as unboxing. वर्जन नंबर 5th वर्जन से आपको int वेरिएबल भी लेने की जरूरत नहीं. You can just pass this variable, that is your integer class object, directly to the primitive data type. You will get an output like this. Okay, is it clear to everybody or not? Is it yes, is it clear to everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, boxing unboxing दोनों तरीके सीखे. Java wrapper classes example, you can try with different data types. This is a small example I have put it, that is you are converting byte, short, int, long, float, double, char and boolean. These are the 8 primitive data types, and we will be converting this into an object directly. तो ये आपके पास है b, I have passed it to the object called as a byte. Okay, short को s, I have assigned it to the short class. So this is small example, you can check it. And this is a technique of unboxing also, यानी ऑब्जेक्ट को फिर से एक बार फिर से डेटा टाइप में कन्वर्ट करने का. दिस इज स्मॉल एग्जांपल, दैट इज यू विल बी कन्वर्टिंग इनटू ऑब्जेक्ट आल्सो, एंड यू विल बी कन्वर्टिंग इनटू द डेटा टाइप. दिस इज कॉल्ड एज बॉक्सिंग, एंड दिस इज कॉल्ड एज अनबॉक्सिंग. ओके, यू कैन ट्राई इट एट ए होम, एंड यू कैन फाइंड इट दिस 8 डेटा टाइप्स, हम उसको किस तरीके से वर्कआउट कर सकते हैं. आर यू क्लियर विद इट और नॉट? How
Yes,
many?
sir.
These are 8 primitive data types. Okay, these are 8 primitive data types, and I am expecting these 8 primitive data types need to be converted into objects, and after that it should be converted into again into primitive data types. This is just for example. Okay, you just try it, this 8 primitive, and if you are comfortable, then it is okay that you are perfect with the wrapper classes. Yes, Are you clear with this or not? Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, so
Yes, yes,
this
sir.
this was regarding the wrapper classes. Now we'll move to the another concept called as and your call by value and call by references. Okay, so ये मैंने बोला था अभी सुबह ही कि we will be talking about the call by value and call by references. So what is this one? Okay, now there are two techniques we can check out the values. Okay, at the runtime. Now one is call by value and second one is call by references. Now Java we can use only call by value only. We can use only call by value. We cannot use call by references. We can use only call by value. That's the only thing that is been separate. It doesn't support not call by reference. Java doesn't support call by reference. Now what is actually happening? If we call a method passing a value, if we call a method passing a value is called known as call by value. Are you getting? Are you getting this definition?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
If we call a method passing a value, this is called as call by value. For example, I am calling a function with some value is called call by value. The change being done in is called the method and is not affected by the calling method. So the change being done in the called method and is not affecting the calling method is not affecting the calling method. For example, I have created one class called as operation. उसके अंदर एक variable called as data that is having a ready-made value as 50. Now I want to change the value using function. So the change function I have written data type, and this data will be incremented with adding some 100 values into this. So data that is 50 plus 100, the value will be 150 that will be assigned to this 50. Okay, so how this is been done? I am creating the object of the class op of the class operation का object बनाए op, and now here I am just calling system.out before change यानी change होने से पहले op.data. So automatically it will be catching this data and the ready-made value that is 50 will be displayed. Okay, so before change, now I am calling this function and this function will be assigned some value called as a 500. 500 will be passed over here. Okay, and if it is like this, then 500 plus 100 means the output should be 60. Are you clear about that? As per this logic is specified, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but we are getting a value as 50 only. We are getting the value of 50 only. Why? Because initial stage we have created the object. This object of operation will be maintaining the value of 50. 50 will be stored into the variable. So op.data, this is only 50. Though you have called this function which has changed the value, but change will be in local variable only. Change will be in local variable because it will be within this function, but I have declared this variable globally. I have declared the variable globally, so this will not change and you will not find the output as 600. It will be again 50 because the global value is 50, not the local value. So this is what you call as call by value. Are you getting or not?
yes, sir.
This is
Yes,
global
sir.
declaration. This is local declaration. Again I am renaming the data with integer. That's why it is not changing. It is changed, but it is the scope is within this function only. But globally, whenever I am referring this class, it will be referring this variable because this is declared globally. So another example I want to show you the call by value in Java. In case the call by reference original value is changed, if we made change it is called in the change in the called method, we can pass the object in place of an primitive value. Original value will be changed. अभी एक example हम लेंगे. This is operator to another class. Okay, this is operator to another class and containing the variable called as data. वही data. Okay, now previous इसमें हमने सिर्फ integer को भेजा था. Now in this example we are passing the object. we are passing the object op is passed, and op dot data, not the local variable. I am now referring the object of the class operation op dot data is again operation dot 100. So here, whenever I am creating the object op and I am getting the previous value, I am getting as 50. I am getting as 50. But when I go for passing this one object op, I am passing for changing purpose. Change will be adding 100 into this one. So now the data, which is global data variable, will be added with 100. So previous value is 50, 50 plus 100, 150. I am getting an output as 150. So are you getting this output? Why it is that? Because here we are passing the object of the class. This is called by value. Same problem can be sorted out. This is a problem into call by value, but this can be achieved by passing not a variable but passing the object. You can achieve it very systematically. Are you clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Call by value. Call by reference is not supported in Java, so you cannot use this one. So call by value is passing the value through a function, is nothing but call by value. Okay. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Now the third concept I want to talk it, that is Java string. So now we are into the string. This is the most important concept. I think you need to understand this in a very precise way, because there is no data type like string. We have seen primitive data type, but never ever we have seen the string data type. So string is a class, and whenever we are working with a class, we have to understand what is exactly the class is. So this small example I want to show where exactly the class is present. So it is present in Java P. I am putting a Java P for searching Java dot lang package, और उसके अंदर एक class है, this is string class. Okay, when I put this and enter, you will get the all functions which are present. So you can convert into string dot lowercase, uppercase. You can split a string. You can replace a string, first character, replace all. You can do substring, index of also. So various functions are available into the string package, what you call a string class. Okay, so this we will be understanding the string into very precise way. So in Java, string is basically the an object that represent a sequence of character. An array of character that works together is called as a string. So for example, if you are taking a Java point, okay, so character, if you are putting it into an array, you will be maintaining the string, but it is very critical to maintain this type of character. So simple way, we will be using the string class which is present into java.lang package. By creating the object using a new keyword, we can assign any value to it and we can access at any situation. So character array, now it has been overtaken by the class called as a string. Creating an object of the string and running this object, you will be getting all information. The small example I want to tell, so whenever you are working with this one, you will just see the list of the functions or basic functions you will be using as far as the string class is concerned. So you will be using compare function, concat function for concatenating two strings, equals function, split, length, for getting the length, replace for replacing some string, compare to for comparing, intern, and substring. So this function you will be using as far as the string class is concerned. Are you clear with this or not?
Yes, sir.
Ready-made class means ready-made functions, you can use it. And I have told you that this is present into java.lang package. It is present in java.lang package and the name of the class is string class. Okay, now this, the definition will be very simple. It is implementing the serializable. इसके डेफिनेशन में ऐसा कि इट हैज़ इम्प्लीमेंटेड अ सीरियलाइजेबल इंटरफेस, कॉमा कंपेरेबल इंटरफेस एंड कैर सीक्वेंस इंटरफेस. ये तीनों इंटरफेस को इसने इम्प्लीमेंट किया है इसके अंदर, तो इसका फीचर्स बहुत बड़े हैं. ओके, सो string class is a combination of serializable, comparable and char sequence. So these are the three interfaces which are added into the string. And what is specially importance about the char sequence? So just go for definition, you will find it. You will see this. Okay, just I am just moving it. You just read it. The definition of this is very simple. That is public class. One second. Public class Java that implement Java dot serializable, Java dot comparable and Java dot sequence. So ये तीनों को यूज करके, ये तीनों इंटरफेस को यूज करके Java dot string class बन चुकी है. Are you clear with this one? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is there in this char sequence? So char sequence interface के अंदर है क्या? So char sequence interface is used to represent the sequence of characters. That is just like a string, it is present in a string buffer. इसको भी हमें पढ़ना है. String builder classes that implements it. So char sequence is one of the interface which is present into this one. So if you want to go into detail about this also, you can just go for it. So java p space java dot lang dot char sequence is a char sequence. You just put it and you will find these are the ready-made functions. This is an interface. This is an interface. The name of the interface char sequence that containing some functions, that is length function, char function, subsequence function, toString function, chars function and code functions. Okay, so these are the functions 1 2 3 4 5 6 functions which are present into this char sequence. These are already implemented into the class called as into the class string. Are you clear with this one? And this has also been used in string builder class also and string buffer class also. Are you clear with this char sequence? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So char sequence is implemented in string, string buffer and buffer. इसके अंदर use किया जाता है. Now we will be talking about what is exactly string in Java. So generally when we talk about string, string is a sequence of characters. String is a sequence of character, but in Java, string is an object. Keep in mind, string is a sequence of character, everyone knows, but as far as Java is concerned, string is an object that represents a sequence of characters. String is an object that represents sequence of characters, and it is present in java.lang package with the name called as a class string. Now how to create a string object? Very simple. In two ways we can create an object of a string. First one is by string literal. First one is by string literal and second one is by new keyword. Now what is string literal? Directly you can use like this: string s is equal to, and you put your text content into double quote. This is called as string literal. Are you clear with this one? How to string literal is written? It is say string class s is equal to double quote whatever string you want to, welcome to Java, it will be added into this variable called as s. Are you clear with this one or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is called as a assigning a value using literal. Second way, new keyword. न्यू कीवर्ड मतलब क्या? जैसे मैंने यहाँ पर बोला है s1 and s2. If you are creating an object s1 and s2 in Java, how it will be stored in the heap? It will be s1 is called as a welcome. It will be stored like this one, and second s2 is equal to again welcome. So it will be referring the same text content, but it will be assigning two different values because it is stored on a heap. Okay, so note, you have to keep in note, the string object are stored in a special memory which is known as a string constant pool. This is just for your information that string object are always stored in a special memory area. We call it as a string constant pool. Are you clear with this one? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now this is the way of creating assigning a value through literal. Now second one is by using a new keyword. यानी जैसे हम कोई क्लास को ऑब्जेक्ट बना सकते हैं उसी तरीके से string s is equal to new string and you just pass the welcome to Java into this one. This can also work like the previous one. Okay, this will also work like a previous one. Okay, so this is I want to tell you welcome to Java. If you do this one, the s will be created with containing the value called as welcome to Java. This will be stored into the variable s and this is what we call as a using new keyword. Are you clear with this one? Two ways, one with literal and second one with new keyword. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The small example will be creating one class called as a string example, and into main we will be writing creating object that is s1. So s1 object will be storing the value called as a string. The text is Java, and we will be creating the character array char ch array, and will be containing separate contain text content str and I n g and s. Okay, so this two will be there. Second variable I will be creating, that is s2, and now this will be passed into the second object. The first object will be directly assignment, second object will be the character array will be assigned to the string object. And third one, I am just creating an object that will be containing using a new keyword, direct new keyword, but directly assigning the text content into double quote. Okay, so what will be the output of this s1? It should be Java. Okay, what should be the output of s2? What is s2? S2 is nothing but a object of character array strings, so it will be displaying the output like strings. Yeah, you just see the strings. Are you clear? And third one will be the third object, that is example. We will be getting output as an example. So are you clear with this one? Three objects outputs.
Yes, sir.
This is literal. Second one is your new keyword with character, and third one is with your directly new with directly assigning the value. And you will be getting the three different outputs like this. This is the third output. This is the second output, and this is the first output. Okay. So are you clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
ओके, ना वी विल बी टॉकिंग अबाउट डिफरेंट मेथड. जैसे मैंने बोला कि इसके अंदर हम कुछ फंक्शन को यूज़ करेंगे. जैसे इसके अंदर बहुत सारे फंक्शन है जावा डॉट स्ट्रिंग के अंदर, लैंग पैकेज के अंदर. तो ये फंक्शन कौन कौन से तो सो देर इज कैरेट फंक्शन, इट रिटर्न्स द कैरेक्टर वैल्यू और द प्रिस्क्राइब. ये एग्जांपल्स हम लेंगे. देन देर इज अ लेंथ फंक्शन to get the length of the string. Then there is a format, then there is a substring. We will be having an example that will be implementing the equals function, both by use empty function, concat function, replace function. You go for these examples, you just try this at your home. You just try the functions and you will get an output. ये बहुत सारे functions है, इसको जब तक आप use नहीं करेंगे, it will be helping, it will never show an output. So if you want to convert the string into lowercase, to lowercase. If you want to convert the string into uppercase, to uppercase. If you want to get the index exact character कौन से index पे, it is index of. You want to trim the spaces, go for trim function. You want to split the string, you can go for splitting the string. You want to get replace the text, you can go for replace function. You want to concat, you go for concat. You want to check whether the string is empty. You want to do some operations like converting into upper cases, or checking the values, getting the index, everything you can get it. This 28 functions are available for you. You can use this function and get its operation. Are you clear? But there is no reverse function into string. There is no reverse function. There is length function, there is caret function, there is index of function. Okay, so you can use this one. So okay, now do you know what are the string object immutations, how to create immutation class, how to what is string constant pool, what is different between string buffer and string classes, what are the concept of string comparison, string concatenation. These are various questions been asked in the interviews. You will find this type of question are always asked in interviews. Now we'll go into detail about the comparison between the various string types. So you will find in Java there is a string class and there is a string buffer also. There is string builder classes are also available. Okay, so basically whenever we want to do comparison as far as the string is concerned, the comparison is always been done with the ready-made functions. And the ready-made functions are, because we are comparing object with the object, not with value with the value. Are you clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, for example I want to tell you I want to tell you. If I'm saying like a small example, I want to tell you. If I'm saying int a is equal to 10, and I want to do comparison, a is less than equal to 10. This is a question mark in front of me, or a is greater than equal to 10, or a is exactly equal to 10. So what you are doing in the back end, what you are doing, you are knowing the value of a, you are knowing the value. Back end में क्या हो जाएगा, 10 is less than equal to 10, condition will be checked, or 10 is greater than equal to 10, condition will be checked, or 10 is exactly equal to 10. This can be checked because here the a means 10, so you are comparing a integer with the integer. This is possible. Okay, if I'm saying it's as a what do you call as a float, again it will be working. If I'm saying it is a double, no problem. Okay, so you are comparing the data type with the another data type. Okay, but as far as the object is concerned, if you are saying that object ob1 is equal exactly equal to ob1 ob2, ऐसा आप बोल सकते हैं क्या, या फिर आप ऐसे बोल सकते हैं क्या ob1 object is less than equal to ob2 object. Can you compare object with the object? Just tell me, can you compare object with the object?
No.
Variable data types can be compared with one another with using this operators, comparison operator, but objects cannot be compared with the object using the assignments operators like this one, comparison operator. So what are comparison operator? Comparison operator, comparison operator कौन से है? Less than, greater than, less than equal to, greater than equal to, not equal to, exactly equal to, exactly, super exactly equal to. This type of we call it as a comparison operator. And this comparison operator you cannot work with object, you can work with variables, we can work with primitive data types. Okay, it is possible, but it cannot be used with the object. This is the rule, not with objects you cannot use, this is not allowed. And then how, if I am saying what is object, I am saying if it is string, ob1 is equal to new string. If I am saying that this is an object of class string, and what is ob2, again if it is I am saying string ob2 is equal to new string. क्या हम अभी इसको कंपेयर कर सकते हैं क्या, नहीं, क्योंकि दोनों की टाइप स्ट्रिंग है. सो कैन आई कंपेयर दिस टू
No.
remaining student? Can we compare two
Yes, sir.
objects? Huh?
No, sir.
सर डेटा टाइप स्ट्रिंग में ना तो होगा ना.
Okay.
No, sir.
Now this is supported by the primitive data types. You can do comparison with float, char, or you can do with short, long, or with the boolean data type. You can do this one. Okay, जितने 8 मैंने बोले थे उनके साथ आप ये कर सकते हैं, because this comparison operator are acceptable with primitive data type, but it is not acceptable with the objects. And as string, भले उसकी एक ही string, these are the same, but this is a class, this is a class, and this is an object. An object always have a separate representation for every classes, though the class is same, but the object 1 is never ever similar with the object 2. This is a thumb rule. Okay, it cannot be, but primitive data types can be similar, it are similar, so you can use the comparison operator over here. But for objects and classes you cannot use the comparison operator. This is the only rule you just keep in mind. Okay, now how to do this comparison, how to do this comparison, this for this one we will be moving to the content. This can be done, the comparison of two objects can be done with help of the function called as equals, with the help of the function called as equal, or by using this operator called as a double equal to. We call it as exactly equal to. This is called as a reference matching. इसके भी बहुत सारे ड्रॉबैक्स है, इसको भी हम ज़्यादा रिकमेंड नहीं करते, बट इट इज़ ऑलवेज रिकमेंडेड टू गो फॉर इक्वल्स टू फंक्शन, और यू कैन डू द कंपेरिजन यूजिंग द फंक्शन कॉल्ड एज कंपेयर टू फंक्शन. These all functions are present into your classes. Okay, you can use this from your string classes also. So equals function or comparative function can be used for comparing the objects. Okay, we'll move forward with the implementation of this small example, that is equals to function. So हम इसको किस तरीके से हम use कर सकते हैं, एक simple example हम लेंगे. I have created one class called as a testing the string comparison, और इसमें मैंने एक object use किया है s1. I am not using new keyword directly. This is literal passing. Okay, literal pass कर रहे हैं हम. सचिन को मैंने compare कर दिया s1 के, and second सचिन I have passed into the second variable called as s2. दोनों का text content same है. And now I have created one more s3 variable, and now using a new keyword I am assigning, this is literal, this is literal passing literal to the object. Now this is passing the text content to using a new keyword to this s3. And the fourth one object I have used this Saurav. Okay, so fourth, these three are having the same values. Now if I go for comparison, so I am not want to show you this output. Okay, if I am going for comparison, s1, that is Sachin, equals s2. Sachin, s1 equals s2. s1 equals s2. Object is compared with the object, the output will be true. Okay, s1 compared with the another object that is being created using new keyword, again output will be true. No issue about whether you are creating an object using literal or using a new keyword, nothing will happen. It will be treated as an object. So s1 is compared to s3, output will be again true, because Sachin is exactly equal to the Sachin. That's it. And the fourth one, s1 is equals to s4. s1 is Sachin and s4 is Saurabh, means these are not equal, the output will be false. So we will be getting output like this: true, true and false. So are you clear with this one? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Creating object using literal and creating object using new keyword, the output, the definition of the object will never change. Okay, using equals to function you can equal the check the functions and it will always return true or false. It will not return 1 or 2, it will return either true whenever the comparison is equal, and it will return false when the comparison is not equal. Okay, same way, if it is type sensitive, if I'm using s1 Sachin and s2 again Sachin, but here the values are same different. Sachin is in what do we call as in captions, and here I am using uppercase. If I go for comparison, this one s1 is equal to s2, though the text is same, but it is case sensitive, this will be not equal to one another, will get a false output. If I go for one more type of comparison, that is equals ignore case. If I go for equals ignore case, if I'm going for not considering the type cast, what you call as a case, uppercase or lowercase, in this situation it will be returning the output code as a true. So if you don't want the case sensitivity, you can go for this equal function with add-on feature equals ignore case. Okay, so this will be ignoring the case sensitivity and it will be returning the true value. Are you clear with this one? Yes or no? New function we have understood as far as the equals. One is equals and second one is equals ignore case. Okay, shall we move further now?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Second one is exactly equal to operator. 2 times equal to is the operator comparison. We call it as compare reference not value. Compare reference not value. This is what we call as the exactly equal to. It will be comparing the references, not the value. So small example. This is the name of the class that will be containing one variable, second variable, third variable. For first variable will be Sachin, second will be Sachin, third will again will be Sachin. Now I am checking the two variables. All this is been with the helping with the literal. This is with the new keyword. So I am differentiating them with the color. Now I am comparing S1 with S2. S1 is exactly equal to S2. Output will be true because both refer to the same instance. मतलब क्या है? It is referring to the same instance, that is a text Sachin. This example you have seen here, I have shown you like this one. S1 is equal to welcome and S2 is equal to welcome. This will be pasted once in your system, that is in your heap, and this same text will be referred by S1 and S2. So this is called as a heap reference, and here the same thing has happened. That's why we can use equal to symbol into your example. Okay, so equal to symbol will be referring the references. So S1 is equal to S2, true value will be returning. And if I go for S1 is exactly equal to S3, दोनों के नाम सेम है, S1 में सचिन है, S3 में सचिन है, बट वी विल बी गेटिंग एन आउटपुट एज S3. वी विल बी गेटिंग आउटपुट एज फॉल्स. आर यू क्लियर? यहाँ पर आउटपुट आ जाता है ट्रू, बट यहाँ पर आउटपुट आ जाता है फॉल्स. कैन एनीवन टेल मी व्हाई?
रेफरेंस अलग अलग है ना दोनों के सर,
Yes,
इसलिए.
yes. That's why I never recommend to use this equal to operator. ये मैं कभी recommend करने को नहीं बोलता, because it is referring the reference area. It is referring the reference area of heap. अगर दोनों का नाम सेम होगा, जैसे S1 is equal to welcome, S2 is equal to welcome, and if I have created using the literal, then it will be referring in the same one. But if I am creating the object directly using new keyword, this will be showing me the wrong output. So S1 is exactly equal to S2, literals are same, so output is true. S1 is exactly equal to no, the objects are different, because S3 is reference to the instance. What is S3? S3 is reference to the instance Sachin, so it will be returning, it is on non-pool area, so it will be returning the false. So output here, though the names are same, the output is different. First one it will be true, second one it will be false. Okay, are you clear with this or not? Yes, everyone is clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
Now third one, I will be using the third function, that is compare to. This is the third function, I can use it. So the above example you have demonstrated, so we'll go for compare to functions. One second, remind later. Okay, so S1 is exactly equal to this method will be implemented for two function. S1 is greater than S2, S1 is less than S2. So if S1 is greater than, this method will return a positive value, and this method will return a negative value. So comparison will be done with a small example. So if I'm saying Sachin and S1 to S2 as Sachin and S3 as Ratan, R is smaller than S. So if I go for comparison, S1 compared to S2, S1, this is first one, compare with the S2, both are having the same values, it will be returning 0. No true and false, it will be returning the value as 0. This will be returning integer value. And if I say comparison of S1 with S3, S1 with S3, now you will feel S is less than S1. What is S1? Sachin. Sachin is compared with Ratan. R is greater, S is smaller. So S1 will be greater than compared to, so we will be getting as 1 value. Are you getting? So what will be that? Sachin, whether it is greater than Ratan, ASCII values will be checked. R is greater than S, yes or true or false? Tell me yes or no. S is greater than R or no? Yes or no?
No,
If
sir.
S is greater than R, yes or no? ABCD में
Yes.
A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T, तो इसके अंदर हमने जैसे लिखा है, तो सबसे पहले कौन आता है? आर आता है कि एस आता है? हु इज ग्रेटर?
Yes is greater.
एस इज ग्रेटर. हियर आई एम कंपेयरिंग एस इज ग्रेटर देन आर. कंडीशन ट्रू है कि फॉल्स है?
True.
कंडीशन ट्रू होंगी तो आ जाएगा 1. इफ द कंडीशन इज फॉल्स, देन जैसे यहाँ पर हमने उल्टा कर दिया, इफ द कंडीशन गोज फॉल्स द आउटपुट विल बी नेगेटिव नंबर -1. If it is same, the output will be 0. If the condition goes true, output will be 1. If the condition goes false, the output will be the negative number 1, -1. That's it. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Who is greater than अभी ये सेकंड वाली कंडीशन में S3. What is S3? रतन का R देखना है. R3 is greater than S1. R is greater than S. Yes or no?
False.
Is R greater than S?
No.
No.
No. Condition will be false. Negative 1 minus sign will be. Second one में देखा था. S1 is compared to S3. What is S1? S1 is Sachin. S is greater than R, then condition true or false?
True.
True. Output will be positive number. If the condition goes true, output will be the positive number 1. Number 1 ही रहेगा. No 2, no 3, no 4. It will be 1. And if the condition goes false, the output will be negative, minus 1. Okay. And if it is same, output will be 0. Are you clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is the
Yes,
only
sir.
thing I want to tell you about the strings. That's it. Okay, so I will be sharing you the 3 videos. What you call as a 3 class files. That is, one will the wrapper class, a class file, and the string. I am expecting that you should complete these 3 examples in your today's practical lab sessions. Yes.